Hello, everyone. We're continuing with our Star Trek game. All right, then the opening video I got mixed up with Star Wars because I was watching Star Wars um, documentary on the space station on a YouTube channel and how they made it. But anyhow, we're going to continue. I have Lisa resting in bed. She is home, safe and sound. Thank you for all the good vibrations and prayers and well wishes. So while she's resting upstairs, uh, we're going to do some more Star Trek. We're halfway through turn one. We're going to get right to playing. And let's flip a card. And we have the Jack, a black Jack, which is, I believe it's one of the frigates, the F5 Klingon frigates. So these are Klingons, and they're going to, the Jack is this one here. Its speed is down to 5 dice. And it's, wow, all it has is one phaser bank. And so 10, 16, 17 inches. Well, we need to get rid of one. I need a pivot. Let's do that again. 10, 16, 18 inches. All right. So we can go to here and it'll pivot. And I have the white paper on these because the darn frigates. All right. Well, the white paper's on it so you can see it because the darn things are painted flat black. All right. And 17 inches. We only have a 2-strength phaser and only one. All right. And we need a 4, 5, or 6, which is a hit. 2 points going into number 1, which is an ace. Let's see what happens. All right. Now it has shields, so it gets a saving throw of 5 or 6 on twice. No, it took 2 points of damage. All right. 1, 2, and we don't have to check for a critical. And that is it for now for time to flip a card. I hope somebody's watching this. And while I'm chatting, just to let everyone know, Wade Solowski and I, we have decided to help the Kinston battlefield, Kinston, North Carolina, the first battle of Kinston. So, which is pretty cool for all things considered. The Weiss Fork battlefield in Kinston is the second battle. But, all right, we have a cruiser, or Federation heavy cruiser. All right, I had to look up my sheet here. This little guy is going to fly right up here, and it's going to go 6 dice worth. It's going to take out that frigate. 10, 15, 16, 18, 18 inches. He may not make it. All right, range 21 inches. We got 3 phasers firing at 21, 4, 5, or 6s. Oh my goodness, no hits. And 2 photon torpedo tubes. We have 2 photon torpedo tubes that we can lock onto that. And at this range with the torpedoes, we need 5 and 6s. And we get 2 shots, and we got boxcars. What do you think of that? We got boxcars. All right, well, shields do not work on photon torpedoes, and it's 1d6 per die, and this is going to hurt. A total of 6 points into that K5 frigate, the Jack, and it only has 2 hit points left. All right, so there's our first. Our first ship is gone. All right, so let's flip a card, everyone, and see what comes up next. Ooh, it is Bruce and his Klingon C9 Dreadnought. All right, that thing has a speed of 4. We're going to just go ahead 4. Let me see if you can see it. Oh, we didn't check. Boy, it's coming straight here. 5, 7, 8, 9. Man. All right, they're not very. And our range is 27 inches. All right, I need to. Well, I'm going to pause the camera because this dreadnought has a ton of weapons. All right, and it's going to take me a little while. So let's pause the camera here and I'll have it fire at that Federation heavy cruiser. All right, welcome back. That took me about 15 minutes. This heavy cruiser got lambasted by that dreadnought. It only has 4 hit points left. I rolled all of those criticals and nothing happened to it. It's fully functional, but it's down to 4 hit points. That dreadnought is a nasty darn thing. All right. That's going to be hard to take out. Let me see what the shield strength is on that. And it has 2 shields. All right. That's not good. Let's flip a card. I'm hoping to get through this turn. It is the Black King. I have to find out. I think that is the other F5 frigate. There it is. And it's going to go right to here. Let's see. It has a speed of 5. It's taken some damage. 12, 19 inches. And it's going straight to there. All right. Well, it's still in the arc at 18. And the F5 frigate, just so you're wondering, it's its weapons. A disruptor and a 2-point shield. And let's see what it can do. Here's the disruptor, which is a miss, and the 2-point phaser. So it missed altogether. All right. Man, I hope I might need the Gorn ships. Next turn we'll roll on a 1 or a 2 they show up. All right. I have the King. Pause the camera. All right. This thing is this is a Federation dreadnought. Sort of cool. And its speed is only 4. But I gotta take out. I guess we'll go straight. Let's take out that Klingon D7 out there. We're gonna go with 3 dice because we're gonna pivot, and we only move 10 inches. All right. I don't know if I'll be in range. Let's see what happens. Now, by the way, for those of you wondering, I did pack the car full of war games tonight to take to Josh Warliff and Jim Shaw tomorrow and again Saturday as we continue with our moving process. We're at 37 inches, and the Dreadnought has a lot of firepower, so I'm going to pause the camera and resolve it so you don't have to, 3 phasers. Wow, it's got 2 rotating torpedoes, 3 more, 5 phaser 3s. Okay, just for the heck of it. I will roll those with 5 or 6s. And we got 3 of the 5. 3, that's 9 points into it. I'm going to pause the camera. Okay, the Klingon D7 got hit pretty good. Took 9 points total, but it still has 5 hit points. I'll show you the chart. I really do like this simple beer and pretzel system. It lost its sensor. It has no warp drive. It can't leave the battlefield. It can't leave the space sector. And it lost one of its 2-point phasers. So, and it's gonna probably get zapped here. Let's flip a card. We have a Black Queen. All right, which is Klingon. It might be Bruce in the giant. It is the B-10 battle cruiser. Now this thing's going to take me a half an hour or 20 minutes probably to fire all its weapons. This thing is just, I hope the Gorns come, because I think when this starts to unload, by the way, if you're wondering, this is how the sensors work. Each one of these is a sensor, so for every one you can fire on that many different ships. And it has 2 shield generators, one here and one here. Oh, it's got one heck of a lot of firepower. And Bruce from New Jersey's the Klingon commander. There he is. All right. I haven't heard from Ronald McDonald from England. That we should have put him in one of those frigates. And anyhow, so here we go. 3 dice. It moves really slow. 16 inches. So it's about there. And it's gonna 34 inches for range. And the disruptors are out, but man, it has a ton of firepower, everyone. I'm going to pause the camera and roll all this stuff. Okay, everyone, the Klingon giant battleship unloaded on the number 4 Constitution class heavy cruiser, and it lost 1 torpedo tube, speed down to 5. It lost its warp capability, so this thing can't leave the table. And that's about it. It's lost 1 point of speed. It really did well on its saving throws on 5 and 6s per point of damage. And if it hadn't done so well on saving throws, it would have been gone. All right, we have 2 cards left. We have a Red Queen, which is Khan Noonien Singh in the Reliant. Man, if you're sort of curious, the Reliant, I don't really know what I want to do with that. Taking it up to the Dreadnought probably would not be a good idea. But we do have really damaged Klingon D7 out there. So, what do you say we zip up there? And our movement for this is only 4. And I rolled really bad. I only rolled 8 inches. Okay. And then target to range. It has 2 forward phaser banks, needing 5 and 6s. Neither one hits. The Reliant is done. Okay. I'm really worried about that Dreadnought. I don't know. That big Klingon Dreadnought might be too strong. And Black Ace, which is the last Klingon D7. And it's way back there. All right. Let's zip that sucker up here. And I know it hasn't been hit. And it's going to go full 6, 3, 5, 10, 15 inches. Okay, we're going to lock on to there. 29, the disruptors are out of range, but the 2 forward phaser banks, and they both hit. And so our destroyer has been hit, everyone. That destroyer has been hit for 4 points. Let's see if we have shields. All right, it only has the light shield, so 6s. And no stoppage. So our destroyer takes 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage. And it needs to roll 4 criticals. And sensors, warp drive, and speed. It took no critical damage. All right. Well, what's everyone think of this game so far? We've lost 1 Klingon ship. I'm really concerned about that this big battleship that Bruce from New Jersey's cruising around in. I should have named the John the Sheriff. You know, the next time if I do this again, I'm gonna put down like George from New Jersey, John the Sheriff in Broome County, New York, and I'll have them everybody in command of something to give it a little bit more flavor. And of course, Walt, the Chuckleheads, and Kevin. Now, I probably won't get to see them this weekend because I'm doing a lot of moving and packing. So I've shuffled the deck, but the first thing we have to do is pause the camera. Okay, a lot of suggestions on our Gorn fleet. We're going into turn 2, so that means a 1 or a 2, and our Gorn ships will come in at the end of the turn. And we rolled a 3. So the Gorns are still hibernating or whatever they're doing, and they're not here. When they do appear, I will roll a die to find out where they appear from. Okay? And hopefully they'll appear. And by the way, I will roll on a 6 per ship. They will decide to help the Klingons instead of the Federation, which will be a disaster. That was also another suggestion from one of the viewers. Okay, I shuffled the cards. I'm getting tired, so it's after 9 already, or just about 9. We have a red jack, which is, I think, that little oh, the red jack is blown up. All right, well, that doesn't help. I didn't take that card out of the deck. Okay, so we got to flip another card. Here we go. Red 3. That's a Klingon D7. I don't know which one. I'll set the camera like that, and I'll go find it. Number 3, that's that one. It's uninjured. I'm going to roll 5 dice and have it pivot. So 10, 16, 17. And we're pivoting there to go 17 forward. And our target range just out of disruptor range. And these rules are really nice because you do get to memorize them. 4 points goes into the cruiser, the heavy cruiser number 4. All right, so it's firing and it hit. So 4 points. The saving throw is a 5 or a 6. You got 3 saves. It only takes 1 point of damage. Man. Ha. So the deflector shield saves the day. Let's flip a card. We have black 2. Oh. Red 2. Okay, we will pause the camera here. Okay, it's Black 2 D7. This one is really shot up. Sorry I didn't get it in focus. Let's try this again. There we go. All right, it only has one phaser bank working. Speed is 6 though. It lost one of its sensors. All right, it's going straight ahead after the destroyer. Oh boy, 10, 20, 26 inches. It comes right up to the front of that destroyer. Let's see if you can see it. All right, it's right here. First of all, we'll fire the first phaser hit, and that's 2 points. Critical. And it lost its torpedo tube. Okay. So the next is 2 disruptors. And at this range, they both hit. And they do 4 points and no shields. And that's the end of the destroyer. So our destroyer is gone. We'll take that over to the dead pile. All right. So that Klingon D7 just flew right up there and pasted that destroyer, point blank range. Okay, everyone, we're back, and we're going to flip another card. And it's red. And it's one of our Enterprise type ships, maybe the Potemkin. I need to label these in the future. And boy, we're going to take this number 3 ship. All right, it's right here. We're going to go with 5 dice. 10, 15 inches. We're at close range. And we're going to unload on that battleship. All right. There we go. So I'll let the camera run for this. And let's fire the 3 phaser banks. Oh, we only got 2 hits and 2 torpedoes. They both missed. That's horrible. All right, shields for the battleship. The shields hold. No damage. That's horrible. Man. All right. The captain of that. All right. Constitution number 4. That's right there. Okay, it's going to move 5 dice and pivot and go up 5, and it's going to go right for that D7 out there for 11, 16 inches. What I like about these rules is there is really no math. All right, number 4 ship has taken damage. I have to check its roster. It's missing a torpedo tube, which still hit. Does 5 points into that D7 with the torpedo. And that's D7 number 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. I got, I think, 3 phaser banks. Yep. Okay, it's firing its 3 phasers. 2 of the 3 hit. That's 4 points of phaser power. And no saves. So it takes another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for that heavy cruiser number 4. Now we have to roll some criticals. Both we lost one sensor and nothing. All right, so it's lost its sensor. Other than that, it's still fine. Let's flip a card. Red King. That's our dreadnought. There it is right there. We got to get rid of some of these Klingon ships. So I'm going to have it move 3 dice forward and a pivot, which is 12 inches. And it's about there. And it's going to just lambaste that D7. If it doesn't take this D7 out, I'll be amazed. It has 3 phaser banks. 2 of them hit for 6 points. And saving throws. Well, it took save 2, so 4 points into D7 number 1, which is an ace. And that hasn't been hit. 2, 3, 4. All right. And then it has 2 more 3-pointers. They both hit. And it's 6 points. 5 points into it. 1 point saved with the shields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what I have for torpedoes. It's carrying 2 torpedo tubes forward. They both hit. These are nasty. 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the D7 1 is gone. All right. So it's wiped out. That dreadnought just lambasted it. I guess that's what happens when you put a battle cruiser like the Hood against the Bismarck type of thing. Wow. The ships are starting to thin out a little bit. And we're at Red Queen, which is the Reliant. And Reliant did terrible last time. We're going after, we're going to pivot and go 3 dice for 10 inches. Puts it there. Range is under 24. The darn thing has 2 forward phaser banks with snake eyes. Oh, the Reliant's been doing terrible. Photon torpedoes. 5s and 6s. Miss, miss. All right, the Reliant is useless. That Reliant is done nothing. All right. Red Ace. I have to find the Red Ace. I'm going to pause the camera. There it is. Red Ace, and it's only got 4 hit points left. Now, I'm going to have it pivot and then move 5 dice. And it's right there on the Klingon frigate. Weapons on it. And it's got all 3 phaser banks. Only 1 hit. That's 3 points into, and that's all it needed. The Klingon F5. Oh, I forgot. Saving throws. Nope. Its shields did not hold. All right. And it has 2 sensors. So it could fire its photon torpedoes at a second target, which we will do that. All right. Photon torpedoes fire. They one hit for 6 points or 3 points on the battleship. No, it's the dreadnought. And the dreadnought has one heck of a lot. And I forgot to roll for shields. Oh, photon torpedoes, you don't have to. They even penetrate without that, like disruptors. There we go. Got to flip a card. And it's a Black King. Black King. I think that was a Klingon frigate that just blew up a little while ago. We have the Black King. And yes. So the 2 frigates are gone. They're sort of useless. All right. We'll flip another card here. We got, oh no, it's Bruce from New Jersey and the giant battleship. Man. All right. Now we're done. It pivots. It only moves 2 inches. And I got a seam in the table. And it has a lot of sensors and a lot of weapons. It can fire at multiple ships. I'm going to have it fire here and here and see what happens. I'm going to pause the camera because this is going to take me a little while. I'll probably pause the game too at the end of this. Okay, I have fired just the 3-point phaser banks and the 2 forward disruptors, and that number 3 cruiser is obliterated. Okay, I'm wondering if this battleship is too powerful because it is yet to fire on that cruiser right there, which it has 1, 2 disruptors. And I'll go ahead and pause the camera while, and yeah, the disruptors. Okay, from that side, 1 disruptor can make it, which it hits, and it does 2 points into number 1. And I guess I'll pause the camera. Okay, everyone, they have something sad to say. The Potemkin or whatever is gone. So really, the super battleship here, which hasn't even taken any damage, just darn deadly. All right. Now, man, I haven't even. I'm going to pause here and review our table. Okay, for the Federation, we have 2 heavy cruisers left, and number 2 heavy cruiser is not been damaged, but number 3 is riddled. It's 50% gone. That's that one there. The Reliant has been useless, and my Dreadnought has not been hit at all. And there's the Federation Dreadnought. Now for the Klingon side, 2 Klingon D7 still exist. They're both pretty well damaged. And then we have the Dreadnought and the Battleship, which one has got 3 hit points on it, and the other one hasn't even been hit. I do not see how the Federation will hold up if the Gorns do not arrive. All right. I don't know if I should warp out and give this space to the Klingons and fight them another day or not. One Constitution class does not have warp drive anymore. Okay. So we are going to call it a night and go up and check on my wife. We're going to continue this again tomorrow. I'm not going to warp out. I'm going to have everyone fight to the death and pray to God next turn. Oh, it is turn 2. So next turn I got to roll a 1, 2, or a 3. for the Gorns to arrive. And then we'll roll to find out where they arrive, if they do arrive. That Grusin is from New Jersey's giant battleship is way too powerful. It's worth 1,000 points, and a Constitution class cruiser is only 100. What's it worth? 180. So, all right, stay safe, be kind, be courteous. I'm going to upload this as part 2 of the great Star Trek battles. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and be true to your school, as Kevin from Colonel Hanson would say.